James, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you, Dan?
I'm well. Thanks for hopping on and doing this.
Yeah,
Why
for
don't
sure.
we, why don't we start with just who you are and where you're from and what you do? Let the people know.
Yeah, for sure. My name's James. I'm a producer from Virginia. I produce trap pop, modern R&B for new and aspiring artists. Been producing music for about 10 years. Wanted to start my own music production company for quite a few years. Just had no idea where to start. So,
Right on, man. Well, hey, that kind
yeah,
of leads me to the good segue. It leads me into the next question, which
for
is,
sure.
what was going on kind of before you reached out? Why did or not? Why did you reach out? But yeah, what were some of the obstacles going on, or where were you at when you decided to reach out to me?
Well, my situation may be different from some other people, but I was unemployed for several years, had health issues, several surgeries, and that was a long process. And so after that all ended, COVID was happening, and I was like, okay, well, do I go back to work? Do I find a job at this point, or do I stay home, start the business, work remotely? The remote thing seemed a lot better. Long term, never knowing what's going to happen at this point. So that's why I went ahead and did that. So yeah, once I fully recovered, wanted to start the company and ended up finding out about you. So
Yeah, which a lot of people, don't do, but you were like, hey, if I'm going to start this thing, might as well start it with some help and save
yeah,
you some time
yeah,
long term. So yeah, you're
yeah, I would have done it wrong beforehand.
sure,
I
sure. Yeah,
was on the
always
wrong path.
always the potential for that to happen. So yeah, so you were just basically starting from scratch when we met, which is cool.
Yeah.
So we worked together for a number of months there, and
Mhm.
what did you learn? What sort of happened in the business since then?
Yeah. Yeah. So uh, pretty much went from not having a business at all at the beginning when I started, within 4 months, having a full business.
Yeah,
It was fast, a lot of learning. Um, your brain hurts after this. It's something that it's great. It's a lot to learn. But at the same time, I learned that what I would have done would have probably taken me years out of the way to get back to where I needed to be, where you put me, on the right track and where I'm headed now. It would have taken me probably years longer because what I was thinking I needed to do versus what I needed to really do were totally different. So yeah, within 4 months, launching my business from nothing, um, landed my first client, paying client for three singles, one single per month for 3 months, and which pretty much has almost covered the entire cost of hiring you as well and
yeah,
joining Dark
nice.
Label. So yeah. Also, I struggle with a lot of mindset issues um, that were massively, massively holding me back, and confidence, lacking confidence. And I think a lot of creatives we struggle with a lot of these things. But after working with you and you guiding me through all of those and breaking past those obstacles, my confidence is now through the roof. I'm honestly a completely different person mentally, honestly, physically. Everything about my life is completely different from when I started to where I am now, based off of what I learned from you, your mentorship, the program, and starting my business. It's been nothing but amazing since the beginning. So
You've had a big transformation, man. Yeah, there's definitely,
huge,
especially when
huge.
people are, majority of the producers that we
Mhm.
work with, as you know, kind of have something going on already and are trying to grow that, even if they're not
Yeah,
full time
yeah,
yet. So yeah, when you're starting at ground zero, it could be very overwhelming. And yeah, it's like you have to kind of become this whole, I don't want to say different person, but a better version of yourself. And
hmm
people, that can sound kind of woo woo to people, but it really is
yeah,
is true,
yeah. It
as you're
is.
finding out. Yeah, I
Yeah, for sure.
remember, at the beginning it was like getting on getting on the phone with you and say, all right, open your
Yeah.
laptop, press
Yep.
send,
Yep.
let's do it.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. No, for
Just
sure. It
breaking the
was
ice.
it's scary because I wasn't even a social media person at all. I had some friends. I used Facebook to talk with them every now and then, but really wasn't on there. Didn't really have much of an Instagram at all. Didn't have anything going. And starting that, it is a lot. I'm learning to be more and more consistent. I'm trying to be more consistent with that. But from not being a social media person to being one, it's a lot to learn. and to takes a lot of energy out of you. But at the same time, like it's been nothing but amazing. I've more than doubled my friends on my friends list, and all of them are music related in some way. So it's been I've met a lot of really cool people, talked to people all over the world in the past 4 months, and I've never done that prior. So it's been a challenge, but at the same time, been very, very, very fun, and it's been an awesome experience. So
Yeah, it's awesome meeting. I love the internet. We can meet, build our network of people, like-minded people that do music, and it's awesome. I think it's pretty cool. Everything comes with downsides, but yeah, man, you've really built out your networks. That's great. Well, cool. Well, just two more questions here. The next one is, with all of the different options out there, in order to get help with your business, why did you end up choosing us?
I ended up choosing Dark Label. Pretty much where I was at, I was kind of wanting to start this business, not knowing really where to start. I was kind of searching and honestly not really looking for a consultant or a program or a group to join. I wasn't looking for that actually. But I've been following Austin Hall with Make Pop Music for several years now, learned a ton from him, and then randomly came across the testimonial that you and him did with you helping him, launch his business and stuff, and the things that you've been able to do to help him. Once I saw that video that same night, I immediately went out and went to your website, contacted you, and scheduled the initial call at that point. Because once I thought Austin Hall was the guy that probably did it all himself. You and I have talked about it. He could have easily probably done it by himself, but at the same time, when I saw that you had helped, I was like, okay, this guy's legit. He's helped a lot of people. And I saw testimonial after testimonial. I dove into looking at all of those and listening to all of those. And there was nothing bad about Dark Label. There wasn't anything negative. It was all positive from what I saw. So for me, that took away the nerves, so to speak, of trusting someone that I didn't know over the internet. And I'm 100% glad that I did, because without your help, I honestly would not be here right now doing what I'm doing right now.
Well, sounds like I owe Austin some dinner.
Right. I'm sure you maybe gotten a few clients through that.
Probably. Yep. Yeah, he's awesome. He crushes it.
He is, for sure.
Well, cool. Well, hey, last question. I love this one. Is, any advice that you would give to someone who was maybe in your same position 4 months ago, right? And not just, hire Dan, but just advice that you would give that you now know that maybe you would even have given yourself 4 months ago. What would that be?
Honestly, similar to a lot of people that I've watched the testimonials of. If you're on the fence about this, you want to do this, you want to find someone to help you launch your business, you want to learn things that will help you streamline your process and save honestly years of time and tons of money and effort and energy, then if you're on the fence, just do it. Don't hesitate. Bottom line, if you're a producer or wanting help to launch your business, your company, or like you said, needing help grow your existing business, honestly, this is the program for you. And I recommend it to anybody, my producer friends, everybody I come across, because it is a legit program. It is it's pretty much the same thing. Don't hesitate, just go for it. That's the bottom line. If you're on the fence, dive right in. You have to jump before you can fly, right? So
nobody over there has a gun to your head or anything right now.
No, right? Okay. Not at all. My wife's gone, so no one's here. My cat doesn't have.
She would be the one that would have one too. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, well, we know she's real pumped for you too. She's been super supportive, so that helps.
Yeah,
always good to have.
A huge part of me also being in this position is my wife. Of 12 years of being together, it's for her to be as supportive as she has is honestly been life-changing. Being able to take this step. She's believed me from day one and been pushing me to keep on doing what I love. So without her, I might not have pulled the trigger with you. So, I'm blessed on having you to help me with my business, having my wife, my family. It's been having a support system is a huge thing going into any business, but when it comes to creative businesses, it's your support system is your backbone, so to speak.
Yeah, and I feel for people that don't have that from their family. Yeah, I was fortunate, and I did for the most part.
Yeah,
you
yep.
did, and yeah, I would tell those people, you're gonna have to find it with peers.
Yep. And I did, honestly, with the group, with the Dark Label group and everything. It's really cool to be around people at so many different levels. The knowledge is kind of overwhelming. There's so much knowledge out there, and one thing I need to get better at is asking questions. But it's when you ask questions, you get answers from people that have been doing it for years and are honestly crushing it. So that's one of the best parts about the business, is not only do we get help from you and guidance from the program and everything that you spent years and years dedicating your life to doing this, it's we're getting more because of all our peers that we would look up to, people that are just like us, so that's a massive part of Dark Label that I really do enjoy.
It's my favorite part too, is it means I don't have to talk all the time.
Right.
Cool. Well, awesome. Hey, thanks for doing this, man. I'll let you get back to work.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks.